Right everybody, so as I said in my last video, I'm doing the decorating in the house and I hadn't really thought about it while the paper was stripped down and that until my mate mentioned it the other day. He said, "Why, you've got all the paper off the wall, why don't you remove these surface mounted sockets and embed the socket into the wall, because obviously they look a lot nicer than these type." So it wasn't something I'd even thought about. I guess I've been used to looking at these for so long that it doesn't probably bother me too much, but it obviously would look a lot nicer if it was flush. So I'm going to have a go at removing that socket, and then I'll mark this one up and I'll have a go at chiseling this out. I won't actually film it, being it's the first time I've done it. If I do this, I've got at least one more to do, maybe two more if I decide to do the one by the computer. So let's see how this one goes. Bye for now. Alright, well, I'll just film a couple of little clips while I'm doing it. I won't film the whole thing, obviously being my first time it might take me a while, but I thought I'd show you at least getting the box off the wall. So again, making sure you use your multimeter or some sort of tester to ensure the sockets are definitely dead before you start messing about. So let's put some very long screws in this box for some strange reason. If you've tested them wires numerous times, you know it's definitely dead. You're still reluctant to touch them red wires. Guess it's a natural phobia to be a little bit scared of what could happen. Tight fit. Well, it looks like that is actually a single box in the back of that wall, so I guess at some point it was a single socket and it's been changed to a second, double socket rather, and I just haven't been bothered to chase a wall out to replace that box, but hopefully that makes my job a little bit easier. Right, that's we'll crack on for now. Right, that's a quick update. I've just killed about 50 minutes getting this old back box out. Not surprising for the amount of years it's probably been in there. The screw head was rounded off, so trying to grind the head off, or drill it off rather, but it was not having it, so I've ended up having to drill close to it and slowly work it out. And whoever did that box cut out did an excellent job, because there was no play in that whatsoever. That was a very snug fit, and you can see how deep it is. That's going to be about 30-35mm deep. Yeah. That's a 25mm box, the new one, so it looks like it's about 30. But that had no give in it whatsoever, so I've had to drill all the way around the sides of it and get the chisel in, slowly get a bit of movement in it. So it looks like in years gone by the sockets down here must have been single sockets. I once thought it was a bit strange that the wires were in the wall and then they put wall mounted sockets on. So looks like it's been a case of somebody being lazy and they've just decided to slap a wall mounted socket over the single one rather than chasing out the new one, which is a little bit annoying for all the time it would have took a professional to do that. So I'll just mark up this new box on the wall and start chiseling it out. So the brickwork doesn't appear to be too hard when I was drilling around it, so hopefully it won't be too much work. I might have to pack out the back of this because obviously I'm not going back quite that far, but right, I shall crack on with it. I'll let you know how it goes. Right, I've just used pencil to mark the position of the box up, and I've used a Stanley knife to just slowly cut into the plaster so as not to use a chisel and knock big chunks off. Obviously as all this damage has happened getting the old box out, which was a bit unfortunate, but it was that snug, couldn't be too gentle with it. So what I'll do now, I'll just get a drill bit, I'll put a bit of tape around it at 25mm, and I will just slowly start drilling into this brickwork till I get it roughly positioned right, get it to the right depth, and will not be looking too bad. Hopefully don't break away too much so I don't have to put a load of packing behind there, because you can see I'm not going to be going anywhere near as deep as that original hole was. Be lucky if I go half of that. Right, that's it for now. Right guys, finally got the box in. That has I've probably been messing with this for a good hour, chasing it out, and just one of them jobs you just have to just keep picking away at it till you get it just right. So I think that would actually have been easier to have done if that had just been a complete solid wall and I was starting from scratch. So messing about getting the old box out was a pain in the arse to begin with, and that's where, say, all this damage has come from. The actual cut I've done down the sides, as you can see, it's pretty neat. So that would have all been the same across the top and the bottom if I hadn't had to make all the damage getting the old one out. So a little bit of faffing about, but not too bad. So just a case of getting the wires back in, so hopefully that won't give me too much hassle getting them sort of bent into the box. It's a little bit shallower than the one that came out, but hopefully that shouldn't give me too much trouble. So it is a job you can tackle yourself. Like anything, first time round it's going to take you a lot longer. I'm sure next time round it won't be so bad. And I say, it was a good 50 minutes messed about just getting that old one out because of how solid it was in there. So we'll get the cover on and we'll see how nice it looks. So on the whole, it's not been too bad. Okay everybody, got it all done at last, just finished getting the wiring back in. So the wires can be a little bit tricky because they are quite thick wires, but you do get used to it once you've done sockets a few times when you've messed about with them, that you just have to kind of shape the wires and kind of spread them out in the box a little bit, so when you go to push it back you haven't got the tension of all them thick wires trying to stop you pushing it back. If you just sort of put little creases in them going off to the sides, so when you're pushing back on it, it kind of spreads out either side. So for the first time I've done it, I don't think I've done too badly. So a bit of a pain, there was a box already there. I think the job definitely, if you're just starting on a bare bit of wall, nothing there already, then I think it would actually be easier. I think we've got it pretty level. Not too bad. So just a case of packing it up with filler now. I'll leave that till tomorrow. And what I would suggest, once you put the wires in and you pushed it back against the wall, leave it for 5 minutes just for the wires to gradually bend into the shape they're going to go. Then I would unscrew it again, which I'm about to do. Just pull it forward gently, just have a little tug on each wire, just double check it hasn't come loose, and just tighten them up if necessary. So another job I think a lot of people could manage themselves rather than getting an electrician in, but obviously you've got to be comfortable working with the electrics. So I haven't been too much more detail, but being it was my first time, I knew it would take me a little while faffing about. Alright, catch you later. I just thought I'd give you a quick look at the wires. So I've just double checked them and they're all nice and tight. So yeah, you just sort of got to manipulate the wires to spread out into the box a little bit, because when you go to push them back there is a fair bit of tension, there still is now. But you just gradually, don't do it quick, just do it nice and gradual and let the wires kind of find their own path where they're going to bend out to. But you can just help a little bit by getting your finger on them and manipulating them out a bit. So all seems to be going well. We shall chuck the power back on and we should be okay. Right, that's it from me. Ta-ra.